I am the king of the world. I shook up the world.
Who number one in the welterweight division now?
Man down, straps easy. I know what time it is, baby.
I'm the best fighter ever.
I'm the best ever.
I'm pound for pound the baddest man throwing down.
Ain't no safety on this block.
What up, y'all? It's your boy J Rod with J Rod's Level Up Boxing TV, and we here with some good news, man. Well, as you know, it was reported that Shakur Stevenson was looking for a fight. Shakur, he moved up in weight. He's been trying to get a fight. He's been having trouble. I honestly believe, for him to get a big fight this year here in 2023, it's going to be absolutely hard for him. For the reason is these guys already been kind of set in that division for a minute, and they already got fights pre-planned already. At least that's the way it seems. But as far as Shakur Stevenson, I remember that the WBC had mandated Shakur versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and Pitbull Cruz had turned it down. At least that's what what was reported. They said that wasn't a fight that they were looking for. So yeah, they turned it down previously. But in recent news reported by one of the Spanish boxing news outlets, they sat down with Isaac Pitbull Cruz's team and spoke of the Shakur Stevenson fight. And when it was brought up, basically they asked what was going on with that fight, and their response was that they never got a contract. So I guess what I got out of that is they might have been pushing for the Venezuela fight. Here comes Shakur Stevenson, and they're like they're not open to that fight because they're already looking for this fight. But in the same token, that they wouldn't turn down the fight. At least that's what was reported from their news. They said that they would never turn down a fight. So if Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, I guess sends a contract, the fight might be able to get made. At least that's what I'm getting from the what was reported from that news source coming from Isaac Pitbull's team. Basically, Shakur Stevenson send that contract. They're not going to turn it down. They're not going to turn down a fight. They wouldn't dream of turning down any fight. But as we know, Pitbull's trying to go after Venezuela, and of course, he's hoping to get that fight with either Ryan Garcia or maybe possibly even a rematch with Gervonta Davis. Also, there was some reports of him coming after Rolando Rolly Romero. But, them fights ain't panning out. So, in the meantime, why not take Shakur Stevenson? I understand, they were looking at it like if it was a mismatch in style. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson has that technical, sweet science, boxing style. And, you could say that, you could argue and say that might be all wrong for Pitbull Cruz. But, when facing that type of adversity, he seemed to be doing pretty well when he faced Gervonta Davis. I believe that Gervonta had to actually resort to that because it just wasn't panning out, for knockout. When you was matching up power versus power, Isaac Cruz, he seemed able to take a good punch. Not only that, but he was able to take him in multiple positions. And what I mean by like multiple positions, from different angles. A lot of times when a fighter sidesteps, switches angles, and they put their opponent in that right position where they're vulnerable, most likely they're susceptible to a knockout. So yeah, and it seemed like, everything that Gervonta Davis tried, to get him out of there, it just wasn't working. And I don't want to, it's not to, throw Gervonta under the bus, because, to me, it was a damn good fight. And it was good to see, two players, match up in skill and power. And, Isaac Cruz, he's got a chin. He's got a chin, and that's the reason why, Gervonta Davis couldn't get the knockout. Isaac Cruz, he pretty technical. I mean, we can't say that he's not technical. He does have some skill. He plants his feet pretty good. He does use his angles pretty good. He turns. He does have a tremendous amount of power, but, he knows how to use it, and he knows the right positions to use it. And he's also got great head movement. He's not that sweet science, technical boxing style type of guy, but, the kid can box. And to see these two match up, Shakur Stevenson versus Isaac Cruz, I would love to see a fight like that. The reason is because this would test both of them as a fighter, and also as a fighter with skills. It would test them in both ways, and probably more. As you see, Shakur Stevenson, he, in my opinion, I've said it in the past, Shakur Stevenson, he neutralizes his opponents, and I think he does it very well. The only thing about Shakur Stevenson that I could say that is not 100% is his power. He's tried a lot in his previous fights to close the show whenever he's had his opponent in danger. But, the power just wasn't there. So maybe 135 could be the weight division where he can develop in strength and conditioning. Or, a lot of times, too, it could be the strength and conditioning. Maybe he needs a new strength and conditioning coach. Who knows? We don't know yet, but we'll find out here at 135. Maybe he could develop as a fighter, and maybe that power might be there. But against Isaac Cruz, it's going to be a tough fight for Shakur Stevenson. So, yeah, man, that's all I got for you right now. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, get at your boy. Peace.